My name is Lindsay Chambers, and this is my EDU 580 Web 2.0 and mobile app video project. Today I will be discussing the tools that I have chosen to add to my PLN. My first tool is Google Docs and Google Drive. The first step to using Google Docs is that you must have a Google or Gmail account. And as you can see, I've already logged in right here. And then over here I have my Drive. By clicking on the Create folder, I can create a document, a presentation, a spreadsheet, a form, or a drawing, and there are more apps that you can connect to. You can see that these are some of my school's documents that have been shared with me throughout the school year. This is a good tool to use in class because it eliminates many of the problems I've had in the past where my students can't find their projects, they claim their printer ran out of ink, or they simply didn't print the assignment to bring to class. By using Google Docs, you can create, share, save from anywhere. And by having the students use this Web 2.0 tool, there's no longer a need for the numerous excuses that come along with tech use. Now it won't matter if their printer ran out of ink or they left their flash drive at home, because it will all be in one place on their Google Drive. Some challenges that could come along with this might include getting everyone in the class to have a Gmail account. Another challenge might be if we run into a lack of an internet source. And there can also be a bit of a fear in trusting all of the material will be there when you come back. I plan to implement this in my classes next year, especially for my senior level English classes, so that everything is in one place. These are just some of the reasons that I've chosen to use Google Docs as my first tool in my PLN toolbox. My second Web 2.0 tool is Bubble.us, which is a mind mapping tool. Although I was a bit unfamiliar with the term mind mapping when this all began, I've discovered what a great tool mind mapping can be and how easy it is to implement it. To start with this program, you need to sign in. So I'll go ahead and sign in. Or you need to create an account, which I've already done. When you get to this screen, you can see that you have options. You can start brainstorming or import a mind map. So for this, we'll make a new one. So we'll say start brainstorming. I've started my new mind map by starting right here. It starts with a new bubble that says start here. From this bubble, you can make numerous branches off of your main topic. So if we were to start here, right now, my students are reading Romeo and Juliet. So I would say Romeo and Juliet. And maybe we want to talk about the different characters. So I'm going to start with Romeo. I could talk about how he falls in love easily. Now I could talk about how he was first in love with the first girl. Her name was Rosaline. And then he falls in love with Juliet. I've done this with my students and they love it because they can see the different branches and how they can continue to add. So if we want to add some more maybe about Romeo's friends, over here, we can hit tab. Now we have a new arm that goes along with Romeo and Juliet. And we can move this, so we can move it over here. Maybe we could talk about Romeo's friend, Benvolio. And if we want to add more about Benvolio, we simply click on there hit Control and Enter, and we have another arm where we could add more character traits about him. You can zoom in and out easily. It gives the students a visual. We could do this on a smartboard together, or if in the future we could go one-to-one, they could do this on their own tablets or their own laptops. You can move it around. At the end of this, you can save it. And it's there for you to come back to since you've created an account. Although this is a really, really awesome tool, there are just a few challenges. It can be a little bit difficult to figure out how to navigate the bubbles. You have to be very careful, or you're adding arms where you don't really want one. Just like anything new, every user has to get used to how to work this. This is a free version, so obviously it doesn't do as many cool things as the purchased version, and you're limited on how many times you can use it before they ask you to upgrade and pay for it. But for the most part, this Web 2.0 tool is one that I will definitely be using in my PLN toolbox. My last PLN tool that I'll discuss today is the mobile app Remind 101. Many times we just need to remind our students and parents of something one more time. It can be easy to forget about an assignment or a project after a long day or weekend, and Remind 101 lets us do that. It lets you send out a short mass text message without giving your own personal cell phone number out. I already have an account, so I can go ahead and sign into my account here. And since I've already signed up, I'm going to use this next year for my College Prep Language Arts 1 class. And this is my class code, and this is the number. And I signed up the other day for this in preparation of using this for next year. I'm going to add another class because I also teach a senior level class. So we're going to call this College Prep Language Arts 4. Our code is going to be LA4. That's already taken. Let's do LA4. Well, we'll eventually get a class code in there. The class code I've chosen is Chambers 4. That way the students and the parents can use that as a class code, and we hit add. And when I invite them, they text to this number, and the message will be our class code. And then that way they can be a part of the Remind 101 list that I send out, so that I can remind them of things that are due and things that they need to bring to school to turn in. This is a great tool for communication. Only a few challenges could occur with this, and those might be parents and or students who don't have a cell phone or consistent or reliable cell phone coverage. While it's rare today, some people don't send or receive text, so that's something that I'll have to address when I come across this. But this is a great tool for communication. This concludes my EDU 580 video. These are just some of the many tools I have added and will continue to add to my PLN toolbox.